Well, I was just out cleaning up the yard a little bit, burning some things. One thing I have learned this year is living in the woods means there's lots of sticks to clean up, which serves some purposes for us. I'll share later, but we have an eyesore out here in front of the house that I want to take care of. I thought I'd take you guys along. So we have this pond of sorts out here, and sometime in the past, the neighbors may have been, close friends or had kids or something that played together or whatever. So they have built this bridge. There's a ravine that goes up here. A lot of water comes running down, kind of a creek, in the spring and stuff. It's just kind of wet through here. So they built a bridge across here to go up to the neighbor's house, neighbor's yard. I think it has served its purpose. It has seen its day. And it's time to pull this thing out of here and get rid of it. So we have the Kubota out, the 2610. We'll get the chainsaws and things out. We'll kind of loosen some things up here, maybe separate some of the bridge parts from the posts, maybe cut the posts off, and we'll just start pulling this thing out, dragging it out and burning it. That's the plan. You never know what can happen with these kind of projects, so stay tuned. Well, that went a lot better than I thought, actually. Got the whole thing out. Just need to cut it up. The rest of that one piece I can pull right out. Let's burn it. Well, that's a lot nicer. This will grow over and you'll never know it was here. I still may come back and pull these posts out. I have to take the tractor over the neighbor's side to pull those ones out. And I don't care about these, so they'll rot away. I could probably kick them over, they're so rotten. But that mission is accomplished, almost. Still a lot of burning to do. And I'll have to clean up all the nails when we're done. But it's all good. And I still have this to finish up. There's all these brush piles here. They must have cut down a tree or something before we moved in last year. And so we've got these piles of wood here, some branches and some brush. So I don't usually burn all this. Some of it I will burn, but most of it we'll just dump in the woods. Let it break down and let the animals have it. Well, it certainly is nice to have the bridge to nowhere cleaned up down there. I don't think that's something I'll ever rebuild, and unfortunately I couldn't really use any of the wood. It was all punked out and rotted. Wasn't worth saving, so it all got burned, and we'll have a little cleanup to do with some lag bolts and nails out there, but at least that thing is out of the way. But I couldn't have done that, really, at least not as easily, without this tool behind me. And let me just show you a couple of things that I love about this tractor. So this is the Kubota LX 2610, and I could not do, or probably wouldn't do, most of the things I do around here with wood and other things without this tractor or a similar tractor. This was actually bought last year. Bought it from Alderman's. They didn't pay me to say that, but they were pretty good to us. So this is we financed this. We bought it brand new. We financed it. It was super low interest rates last year, and still is for most of this kind of stuff. We got the bucket was added to it, as well as the back blade, and that was all financed together with it. So it's got a nice little diesel engine in it. I'll show you here. It's funny how small it is. Full-wheel drive. I got the I think these are ag tires. I can't remember what these were called, but they have a wide tread on them so that mud and other stuff like that, snow especially, doesn't get caked in here and make them slick. So this allows that stuff to fall out. And it's fully hydrostatic. It's got the things you can do with this tractor are unlimited. So, but the most useful thing that on this tractor, any tractor, is the bucket. And so I would consider this useless without this bucket. There is an edge that is supposed to be on here, I believe, that I actually need to talk to the dealership about. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be an edge bolted here, so I have to check on that. But this bucket, I use it for everything. You can plow snow, grade driveways with it. Even if I didn't have the back blade, this would work for just about all of those things. Lifting things, moving things, hauling wood, pulling things out, everything. I use this for just about everything I do with this tractor. Now you can also get, mowers and all that stuff for underneath it, and you can get front hydraulic items, and there's a PTO system you can run to the front for snow blowers, and obviously all of your 3-point attachments here. You know what the best thing about this tractor is versus my old 1969 Ford? Every time I turn this little device right here, it starts. It's just this little tiny diesel engine in here, a little 26 horsepower engine. But this thing works great. I've never had a lack of power in any way. Now, if I wanted to put some huge hay balers on it or something, obviously I'd have trouble. But lifting power, pulling power, all that kind of stuff, I've never run into something where I'm like, oh, I just wish I had 10 more horsepower. brush guard has already saved the front end of this thing several times. I've hit it with sticks and other stuff. It's pretty tough. Obviously, this is a lot smaller steel and a lot smaller hydraulics than the old Fords and the old tractors, and it's a lot lighter. Even though I have loaded tires, I still do use this whenever I'm working on the hills and stuff like that, because these things can tip. Of course, I would just jump off of it if that happened, but I still use them. And then this is the other tool that I got with this, the implement, that is just super helpful. So I keep this on it just about all the time. I use it all the time. Obviously, this driveway is always a challenge for us because it washes out a lot when it rains real hard. So this is one of the big reasons why I got it, and also to plow in the winter. So a shorter video today. I just wanted to kind of take you guys along for some fun, tearing bridges out and burning stuff. It's always fun to do those kinds of things around here. We're trying to get this place cleaned up. We're trying to get kind of situated here. This is still a new homestead. We haven't been here a year yet. We have almost gone through all of the seasons here, and we're learning a ton about what resources we have and how we're going to be able to put in some big gardens next year and really start to provide some food for ourselves using this kind of woodland type environment. So stick around with the channel, of course, to see how that all progresses and all plays out. So I told you that I was going to talk about this at the beginning, and so I will briefly. One of the resources that we have here is ash. Whenever I burn anything around here, now that, because it was treated wood and how other stuff I burn in there, I probably won't use that ash in a garden or compost pile, but everything that we have here is all hardwoods. And as that stuff burns in our wood stoves inside, I'll be taking a lot of ash out this winter, and that ash gets added to our compost, some of it. And what that does, it contains a ton of potassium. Hardwood ash is a concentrated form of potassium, which is great for your gardens. Now, you don't want to add too much because you can actually raise the pH of your soil to a level that isn't healthy for a lot of your plants. Tomatoes like a lower pH and other things. So you got to be careful you don't add too much. But ash, hardwood ash, is a very useful resource here. So normally whenever I burn things, leaves, clean up stuff around here, whatever it is, that all goes back into the cycle, back into the system here of producing food for us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit thumbs up on the video. Of course, if it's your first time here, you just found us for some reason, I'd love to have you subscribe. Share the channel with friends, family, neighbors, people out there that you don't even know, and see if they'd like to follow along too. We'd love to have you and anyone else tag along with the journey here at the new Woodland Homestead. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.